Go ahead and call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Merriman.
Here.
Mr. Mattern.
Here.
Dr. Scarpone.
Present.
Fiscal officer is absent. Solicitor, Mr. Lynn.
She's present.
Present.
Oh, I did it again. Melanie.
I am invisible.
Sorry. Say here.
Here.
Solicitor, Mr. Lynn.
Present.
Mayor Mike Petrella.
Present.
Administrator, Mr. Kasegi.
Present.
Mr. DiStefano.
Here.
Mr. Spence. Here. Mrs. Dameron.
Here.
Will everyone please stand for a moment of silence in the pledge? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could I get a motion to appoint Randy Spence as administrator and/or clerk for this meeting?
So moved. Second.
I'd really like to have Jason Mattern do it again. He was on it.
Second, third. Yay.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DiStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence. Yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
All right, council, we need a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting, November 6, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Abstain.
Mr. Mattern.
Abstain.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DiStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence. Yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Is there anyone wishing to appear before council this evening? Not a big crowd. All right, moving on to our ordinances and resolutions. I'll turn it over to Mr. Lynn.
First is ordinance number 2025-38, an ordinance creating the Village of Wintersville Records Commission pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 149.39. This is a second read. Next is ordinance number 2025-39, an ordinance authorizing the mayor and village administrator to purchase a new 2025 mini excavator and trailer for the Public Works Department for a sum of not more than $115,000 and declaring an emergency.
Motion to suspend the rules on ordinance 2025-39. Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DiStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence. Yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Motion to accept ordinance 2025-39.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DiStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence. Yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Next is ordinance number 2025-40, an ordinance providing a raise for the rate of pay for the village information and technology consultant and declaring an emergency.
Motion to suspend the rules for ordinance number 2025-40.
Second. Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DiStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence. Yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay. Motion to approve ordinance number 2025-40.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DiStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence. Yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
All right, that's all of our ordinances and resolutions. Moving on to our announcements, the Wintersville Christmas Parade will be Sunday, December 7th at 4 p.m. Anyone interested in being involved, please call the Village Building and ask for Tammy. Our Christmas lighting contest will be Sunday, December 14th. Council, please get me your top 3 picks before that week's council meeting. I think our next council meeting after that would be sometime after the 14th, so if you can't get them to me before that meeting, but Sunday the 14th will be the Christmas light contest. All right, that's it for announcements, reports, and communications. Mr. Lockhart is not here, and Charlene is not here. So moving on to the mayor's report. We will be closed Thanksgiving Day and the day after. However, sanitation will run on Friday after Thanksgiving. We will have multiple routes running that day. So anyone, if your garbage is on Thursday on Thanksgiving, put it out for Friday morning. And everyone, please be patient. It does take us time every Black Friday to pick up all the trash. I know last year Jesse and I went out and picked up trash for people. Everyone just please be patient with our crews. It does take a long time that Friday after. December 23rd, council, will be our Christmas party up here at 12 noon. Everyone's welcome to come. Anyone for leaf pickup, next Monday, we will come around the entire village one more time. This will be the last time, so our trucks can get ready for winter. If you do have leaves, please push them to the curb line, not in the road, but to the curb line. We are not coming in your yards and like blowing all your leaves from your backyard all the way to the front of the street. Had a couple issues this year. I don't know where everyone thought we became a landscaping company. We are just picking them up from the curb line. Council, just want to thank you all on a long but very good finance meeting last night. Even Elon was in check there. Want to welcome Phillips Landscaping. They just moved in on Main Street. They're a landscaping company, and they're also going to be opening Mama LaRue's food truck in the early spring with a variety of different foods. So I talked to them today, welcome them. That makes 9 new businesses for this year, so we welcome them and wish them luck. Council, I just need a motion to approve the bonuses for all full-time employees.
I'll make a motion to distribute the bonuses for all full-time employees.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence. Yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Lastly, I need a motion to approve $50 gift cards for Christmas gifts for the all full-time and part-time employees.
I'd like to make a motion to give a Christmas gift card of $50 to full-time and part-time employees.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence. Yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
That is it for my report. I will turn it over to Jesse, who promised me it's not nearly as long as last night. So we will see if it's 6 pages or 10 or maybe one.
I have 4 little things. So the property casualty insurance renewal is coming up. Last night, we had the Glaudfelder, Paul & Associates, who we currently have now. We pay $97,000 a year for, plus a $4,000 cyber policy that's due in February. So the bids came in at Paul & Associates. It went up to $105,813. McGowan Governmental Underwriters through McBain was $86,789. Public Entities Pool, PEP, through McBain was $65,793. Finance Committee agreed on and passed a motion for us to go into PEP, Public Entities Pool through McBain at $65,793. That will be a savings of $40,000 for our insurance. This also will include $4,000 that we don't have to have a separate cyber account. It's all included in one. So $44,000 roughly on estimate.
Will that vary? That's just for 1 year, right?
Yes, it's 1 year.
Okay. Will it vary as far as being a public entities pool? Will it rise and, with ebb tide of interest rates?
There's a chance that it may go up because all the insurance every year goes up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But with that price, it's kind of it's, and some of the insurance companies like it, some of them don't, but with what we've got with the company that we're going with, I think they have like $50 or $60 million in the bank. They have, 800 municipalities in the state of Ohio or whatever that they insure, so It's a pretty in-depth one, and I compared it to the other ones. Seems to be like a cost-saving thing. We're covered.
What about any deductibles or anything on that?
The deductibles are about the same.
Right.
It's, I think, for our big trucks, it's like $2,000 deductible. I think it's $2,000. With the small stuff, it's like $1,000 or $1,500. Yeah, everything, and I can send you a copy of it.
Everything lines up.
Yep. And with everything that we've gotten here, it seems to be a no-brainer. So we all agree to go with that. And as long as we have to have it okayed by like the day before Thanksgiving, because 12/1 is the renewal. So with PEP, you don't have to have a separate cyber account, which is anywhere from $4,000 to $7,000 a year, and that's not due at the same time yet. That's a separate deal. So this is all combined into one. So so far, I've done some research on it because there's people that are for it and there's people against it. There seems to be a lot of insurance companies that are against it, but a lot of insurance companies are for it. So it's yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I need a motion to accept that.
Yes. Yes, I do need a motion to accept that we go with PEP for 2026.
I make a motion that we go for the year of 2026. We engage with Public Utilities Pool, PEP, which is, I believe, underwritten by McBain, correct?
Entities,
Entities, underwritten by McBain.
correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
All right, thank you. Next thing is Aetna Health Insurance. So the cost went up 8.2%, which is low compared to his average was between 12 and 25%, some at 40%. Last year we went up 5% for Aetna. We stayed with Aetna. We stayed with the same deductible, same package, and it went up from $29,036 a month to $31,444.24. A difference of $28,000, $28,898.76 for the year. So everything is going to stay the same. It's going to be the dental and the vision is going to be, I can't remember the name of it. I'm sorry. I just drew a blank. That's going to be the same as well. Actually, I just got an email a little bit ago that I think the vision increased like $7 or something like that. So still with Michael Caruso, same company. He's worked well with us. It was at like 9.4%, but he got like another % and a couple points off of it to get us a better deal. So we're going to stay with that. I did put this down to fire extinguishers. I talked with a couple companies, just get those inspected yearly. That's getting taken care of as we speak. I meant to take that off. That was part of the finance meeting from last night. The fourth thing was Calcruth, where we had the third part of the roof. The final part of the roof that needs to be completed, they gave me a quote of $18,265. I'll talk about this later. We can do this in the springtime, but everything's good on that. This will be the last part of the roof that needs completed. They do come up 4 times a year and check the first part of the roof, the second part of the roof that they just completed. They charge like $400 a year. Fix anything that's 4 inches or less. Anything above, we get it fixed, so that roof will last us a very long time, and they're very religious on coming up here and checking it. So once we get the third roof done, which will be the outer edge, we will be done. So that's where we're at there. And that's pretty much all I have, if anybody has any questions.
I got a question, Jesse. You can give this to me tomorrow. How many employees we got on the health insurance, and
21.
how many are like singles and
Full-time.
families?
Oh, I can get that to you tomorrow.
That's perfect.
Yep.
That's perfect.
I'll get that for you.
All
Jesse,
right.
I can run down and make a copy if you want me to.
If you want.
Maybe. No, well, he wants the insurance because he wants to lose it.
Yeah. All right, that's the end of the administrative report. Moving on to unfinished business. Anybody?
I just wanted to reemphasize the list that Austin had put in for the list of equipment to be sold. What are we waiting on? I know there's a list. Are we waiting for ordinances?
We have to get ordinances
I
ready.
think we
and get them
need a
ready.
couple more ordinances, and we'll have that for the next meeting, and then we can start knocking it out.
Because you said it's accumulating, and plus it is a good way to clean up so we can keep everything in the garage for the winter.
Absolutely. Yep.
I have one. A guy called me again about the halfway house on no exact street. Said nothing's been done. Remember we spoke months ago.
Yeah, I talked with Jake about the one on McConnell.
Yeah, so I can address that briefly. I did contact, I believe it's, what's her name?
It was Stanton Homes, but it turned into
No, it's-
something else.
I believe it's, I don't want to say their name, but whoever it is, I did contact their corporate office without knowing for sure who they were. If I could figure out who it was, I would remember. But I did talk to their corporate offices. I talked to their compliance officer, like back in September. I actually was just thinking about this, and they haven't given us any type of response as to what they're doing. They acted like they were unaware that they were violating it. So I think we can go ahead and proceed with starting to have to send a nuisance officer out there and give them a violation for violating the zoning, and tell them we can start fining them. Because I mean, we tried to handle it that way, and they've essentially blown us off. They never tried to contact me again. I called them twice. So I think we're, at this point, ready to go ahead and just start sending them violation notices.
All right, thank you.
Good.
for the info.
Start finding them.
Yep.
Get it back on property tax.
So this is for running a business in an R1 neighborhood?
This is an R1 neighborhood, I believe, when we looked at it, and also this type of business is, I believe, strictly not allowed there.
Yeah, it's like
It's a mental health type setup.
Yeah, it's only allowed in certain zones, not this one.
correct.
Okay.
And the previous tenant was probably also violating, but they never had any sort of, the village never sent them any sort of notice saying that they were allowed to be there. They don't have a non-conforming use. They were in constant violation. I'm not sure if we weren't notified about it or if somebody knew about it before us and didn't do anything about it. But from now on, we're going to be enforcing that on that street, in that neighborhood. Now that we're aware of it.
All right. Anybody else for unfinished business? All right, moving on to new business.
Do we need to
What, you got
go
unfinished
into
business?
executive
I do have
session?
unfinished business, if we could go. I would request that somebody take us back for executive session for both pending and also imminent litigation.
I'll make a motion to go.
Actually, just for imminent litigation, not for
Imminent.
pending this time.
Okay. I'll make a motion to go in executive order for eminent
Yeah.
litigation and ask the mayor and Jesse to attend.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yeah.
Mr. Matter?
Yeah.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
I make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
I would ask you guys to vote on making an offer to Gary Smith to purchase the Ekey Street property, which currently houses our lift station.
Is this an emergency? Do you have to do anything?
No,
with
you just
that or
need to vote on it. The offer's for the amount of $35,000 is the amount that he's requesting.
I'll make the motion to purchase Ekey Street property for $35,000 from Gary Smith.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern?
Yeah.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
All right. I mean, there's been a lot of voting. You should have let Jason done it tonight.
Did you guys want to do anything with the longevity schedule yet, or no? Melanie needs it to build the budget.
I don't have that in front of me at all.
It's
No, it's one.
More than one?
one
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
one or
I need
three.
the other thing, though.
What was the other thing?
I need the actual thing that shows that.
It's in my car.
Elon got it.
Elon has it.
Say we go with the one with
Longevity.
one through 3 years is,
Well, it was, she gave a
yeah,
handout.
example one.
Example one.
Example
gets
one
them-
seemed like the best.
Yeah, it gets them money faster. And it cuts off at, what, 15 years?
I'll make the motion to go with longevity schedule 1.
Second.
This is just a motion because this is actually, we'll have to,
Read.
once we finalize it, we'll put it in an ordinance for next meeting and then pass it through the, because
allows-
we're amending the ordinance because the longevity's already in the ordinance.
It allows Melanie to build the budget.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Ms. Dameron.
Yay.
All right.
That's why I need that.
And the other thing too, I didn't get to put that either.
Moving on to new business.
I would like to, again, commend the mayor for his generous donation to the blessing box at the church.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
I had a couple things. One, first, Austin did a nice presentation in catching us up here earlier in a personnel meeting. Outstanding efforts was what I was hearing from a lot of the employees that we still have here. I wanted to ask the question about, is there any problem that you're having, Melanie, with, so we had a good discussion about guys working multiple areas. Have the hours been properly allocated? Everything's good with that on your side?
We have created timesheets that allow the employees to tell us where they were working. So, yeah, because we have people who do flip back and forth, and they put that right on their timesheet where they are, and we charge it accordingly.
We had a year-end meeting at 7 ranges. Not much happened there, but the next meeting is January the 14th. I had the leaf pickup written down there. Appreciate that. Jesse, in the rush to get out of work today, I left about 5 or 6 new business items. Can I give you a call this week just to go over a couple of these things? I'll just give you a jingle. And last thing I want to thank the administration for the flowers that were sent to my house. They were absolutely lovely. My mother would have loved them, greatly appreciated, and they're still doing fine. So that's all I had. Thank you.
I got one thing that I would like to start looking in the future with the presentation that Austin gave tonight. The amount of money that he is working on saving the village. The 2 predecessors before him, he's probably making a third of one and a half of another, what they're making on annual salary. So in the future, I'd like to look at that, see if we can't bump him up a little bit. That's all.
Man, you're quiet tonight. Anybody else for new business? All right. Well, council, if you can, need a motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
I have a question on 2 of them. The Baldwin Group, is that
Software for.
That's for court, for mayor's court.
Mayor's court.
Mayor's Court software? That's none of the software that we've been talking about the last.
No, it's Mayor's court.
And then Path Master for 4,000 crosswalk buttons.
Yes, those are all going to be paid out of state highway. So the crosswalk button to activate the crosswalk, how many are there was probably 15 or 20 out of 25 or 30 that were shot. They were broke. They didn't work. So those got replaced on top of the crosswalk sign and pole that was hit by the drunk driver a few years ago.
Yeah.
that got replaced. That's all taken out of highway because it was all on highway fund. So we had money for that.
Okay. That's all. Thank you.
So motion to pay the bills?
So moved. Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Need a motion to adjourn, please.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Our next council meeting will be Thursday, December 4th, 2025 at 7 PM. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.